Welcome, guys. Eddie and Jackie Adventure. We're in Georgia, and today we're going to Savannah. Shut the music. We're going to Savannah. What's the tour we doing? Say hello, guys. Angel.
Paranormal activity. Paranormal. Woo! Patrick Burns.
Hey, honey, what are we doing with the trolley horse?
Trolley. Exploring Savannah.
Yeah, exploring Savannah.
All the hot spots, like 15 different locations. Right? Hey, let me take off my glasses.
Too late. It's about a 4-hour drive. Yeah.
That's cool.
All right, we're here. Now we're just looking for parking.
Parking.
East Congress Street.
Yeah, hold on.
Oh, these guys got waving some flags.
Huh?
It said East Congress Street?
In 600 feet, you
It's
will arrive at your
disarmed. You're
destination.
good.
That's a garage up there.
Yeah.
It's East Congress Street, maybe.
All right, we're here.
Yeah, Vanessa, he tends to
We're in the
squirt
town
a
of
lot.
Savannah.
Oh, he's peeing? Yeah.
We're in the haunted area in the world.
Should we take this
Do some ghost trails. Check out some haunted sites. And have a little vino.
Yeah, I'd rather get food.
It's the car rented, by the way. Not a bad deal.
Oh, wait, honey. Can we do a selfie? Take your selfie with your phone?
Okay.
Baby love, don't leave. Baby love, don't leave. Walked in the door, but he's all cold out. Lost our love when the music's loud. The radio's on, he's tweaking out. Cause he doubled the dose 2 months ago, but she just found out. Even when I'm dreaming, I can hear her screaming. She say that she's leaving. Baby love, don't leave. Oh, but I know she'll leave. In the middle of the night, she'll leave. She'll leave. By the morning light, she'll leave. In the morning, I saw the love from her. She's the lead. In the morning, I'll be on my way to Georgia. Oh, like a thief in the night. You take it what's mine. Now it's coming by my side. It's coming by my side because in the morning, you'll be on your way to Georgia. Start a
I live up north, about 17 miles from South Carolina.
What's that town? It's close to you?
Yeah, well, I didn't know that.
Doesn't your friend see that?
everything we had is faded love. The memories ain't good enough
It's close,
to take
right?
my mind off what we lost. I'm stuck here sipping these golden cups. I feel like I'm dreaming, but I still can't find the meaning. Yeah, feels like I'm barely breathing, and I'm barely understand. She'll leave, she'll leave.
Also a railroad museum.
By the morning light, she'll leave. In the morning, I saw the love from her. She's the lead. In the morning, I'll be on my way to Georgia. Oh, like a thief in the night. You take it what's mine. Now it's come by my side. It's come by my side because in the morning, you'll be on your way to Georgia.
This is actually part have a dorm for the Savannah College of Art and Design, SCAD. You see their SCAD dorms right over here too. But what was that before? College Johnson. You know why the roof color is different? Because people can stop in there. They change the they established Georgia to keep an eye on some of the Spanish Georgia and Florida. They did have a couple of battles. Oglethorpe, when he came over here, he had a plan. And so what you ended up with in Georgia is the first planned city in the United States. And he established some squares. Before he left, he stayed here about 10 years actually. And he left, after the 10th year, he left and he never came back to Georgia. He was a little bit disillusioned at the end of because some of the rules and policies and things that he had established early on, they did away with later on. So he decided, I guess, never to return back to Georgia. But he established that square system that we're going to see. Some of you have already seen it. And there were originally 24 squares in the historical district. Nice little grid pattern. And today there are 22 of those 24 squares that still exist. Two of them got paved over with roads and things. And then we actually lost another one too. There was only 21 for a time. If any of you got over to Ellis Square, where they had the tents and the big party stuff going on today. But Ellis Square was actually, oh, there's a peanut. There is a peanut. I swear I saw a peanut. It's crazy out here. It's just nuts. It's nuts! Come on! That was funny, wasn't it? But anyway, he established several squares before he left, but then they kept the pattern going. And they made a parking garage out of Ellis Square, so then they demolished the parking garage and made it back into a square. This is the Savannah Civic Center. They put on performances. They're going to tear this one down though. I guess they have plans for doing a new Civic Center, but I'm not sure where. This is, SCAD needs some explaining. Savannah College of Art and Design. This is one of their dorms. Instead of having a single set of buildings, they have bought and renovated some 65 different buildings in the historic district. So in different buildings around Savannah, you'll see SCAD signs. And that used to be an old Ramada Inn. And they've done a pretty good job. They just don't move into a building and let it go. I mean, they really fix them up. And they use them for things like classrooms, dormitories, and administrative offices.
Hey, honey, buddy.
Performance venues, theater. Go by a theater.
Christy?
They have
Chris is serious.
So I like SCAD. It's kind of a, anyone from SCAD here? Oh, good. We can talk about that. Because, you know, that's an art and design school. Some 13,000 students in this area.
And then you
It's a
started
big school.
in Portland, and then when you get to another.
But how would you art and design people name their SCAD? You know, it doesn't seem like, you know, it should be some artsy name. The birthplace of Juliet Gordon Lowe, who is the founder of the Girl Scouts of America. Any Girl Scouts here? Oh, okay. I you don't know what it is. It's the Independent Presbyterian Church. And it's formed by actually Irish, but they're Protestant Irish. If you look up at the steeple, Forrest Gump movie, everybody's seen the Forrest Gump movie.
Yes.
That steeple is where the feather goes by that steeple in the first movie. Did the other tour guides tell you that? See? You're getting a better tour already.
Oh, there's a movie theater, an old one, I guess.
So right ahead of us is where Forrest Gump sat, Chippewa Square.
Remember? Yeah, we
The
did.
bench right
It
there.
was right here.
He was explaining
No, we were
his
here.
life.
Yeah, we walked there.
Lots of chocolates.
Yeah.
That looks like that's Miss Jenny and Forrest right there.
I've been doing a little literary time by naming it Kate, but I don't think anyone ever got the joke. Now, I published Treasure Island in 1883, and it was a smashing success. So much so that the lines between reality and fiction, they began to blur. People began claiming to see the ghost of Captain Flint haunting what is now the pilot's house. But perhaps it was just a ghost of that poor old pirate looking for a treasure prize treasure. Well, maybe not so much of your time, so much to be on your way. I do hope you enjoy Savannah as much as I did.
22 squares goes. This is counterclockwise. And in the movie, you'll notice that all the traffic is coming this way. It's going clockwise in the movie. And the reason they did that
Oh, Black Sails, yeah.
is because Forrest
I
had a
love
bus
that.
stop.
Yeah, I haven't watched
This
it.
is the House of
And you're waiting for a bus. Well, you have the buses on
based on real.
so they had to have the doors in front of Forrest.
I just like it because I think it's like cool. I like launchy stuff.
Also, if you look at that section of film, there was a group of Girl Scouts who walked right in front of
I was
the
trying to take a sip, and I'm like, the
right in front of the
bottom
statue. I thought that was kind of pretty. This is
I said, let me read it because
this is one of the only
I'm trying to drink
churches
with the
in
cap
Savannah
on.
that stayed open during the Civil War. And when Sherman came to occupy Savannah toward the end of the Civil War, 1 week services were attended by Confederate soldiers. The next week service was attended by Union soldiers. And here, not too many tours. Did your tour tell you about the downspouts? Oh, see, I can't tell you anything new. All right, good, yeah.
We didn't hear about downspouts.
Right here, the downspouts. You see that downspout there? It's a fish. You get a better view of the fish right here. This is a cast iron fish. It pretty much serves the same purpose as the gargoyles, Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris.
Oh, I see it now.
You know, kind of ward off evil spirits and good luck charms. Now here was Savannah's quite noted for all of its movies. If you saw the movie Let's Get Into Something to Talk About, with Julia Roberts, she stood right in front of here in her nightgown. Look, what was the husband do? What, Dennis Quaid?
This is historical.
This is kind of a nice area to hang out in because it has some nice restaurants. This is Liberty Street here.
There was a movie production right next across the street from our job. We were able to see it from our window.
Well, I guess we're going to go. It's their turn or whatever. This is stop number 3, the Sorrel Weed House. This is one of Savannah's most haunted houses.
Which one?
There are people
Weed
talking
House.
about these and all sorts of things.
Which one, that one?
But I don't like to talk about that. I like to talk about the fact that the house is orange. And this is stop number 3. Anyone getting on?
stop it.
Oh, we haven't been here.
It's called the Sorrel Weed
Yeah, we'll
House.
be down. We can come back. We'll see everything.
They nicknamed this the Puppy House.
That's a sign over there.
Where?
Bonjour, everyone!
Yeah.
There was a king, revolutionary, famously known here as the drummer boy. But before I was king, I was a soldier. And before that, I was a volunteer Hunters of St. Dumaine, a military unit of free men of color. Our first battle took place here in Savannah
During the Revolution, I didn't sail with the French Navy to help the Americans on one of the bloodiest, the most dimmest days of the war. It was the siege of Savannah, second bloodiest battle of the American Revolution. Thousands of men were killed, wounded, even captured in just moments an hour. And even though they won, the British will hold Savannah for another 2 years. Also, that's sweet, isn't it? We all know how that eventually turned out for the British. As for me, I returned to Haiti, where I eventually became King Henri the First. Now we'll tell you more about King Henri, but I'm going to say that while we're great encounters. If you have a chance, make sure you go by the Franklin Square, where you'll find me, my fellow soldiers, and a bunch of drunk people. You all have a good evening and a safe travel.
I like how he yells like everybody can hear.
Yeah, I like
the
that.
other one was hard to hear.
Yeah, this one I could hear.
Now, in the historic district in which you're in right now,
Haitian, yeah.
you can't do anything to the outside of your houses without permission
Oh, yeah,
from the historic society. Okay. So one of the things, this house is orange, and so what they did, they called it the pumpkin house. They told these people that they had to paint their house because it was out of compliance. So the owners of it went down layer by layer, and of course you know what they found was the fact that the original color was orange. So they were allowed to keep this color. This is Madison Square. It's William Jasper, who was killed in the siege of Savannah, the statue. Now this house right here is this was the headquarters for General Sherman when he occupied Savannah. And it is said that the owner of this house actually went out and met with Sherman to try to convince him to use this as his headquarters. More or less. So, now that is the rectory now for the St. John's Episcopal Church. And some of you are going to be around on Sunday, right? Okay. Because if you get around this area now, these have some of the most beautiful chimes in the whole area. This Episcopal Church. These two cannon up here represent the first two highways in Georgia that started here. See a good view of the Jasper statue. This right here is the original college. This is the building for the original building for the college in 1978. The Savannah College of Art and Design. This is an old National Guard armory. And it's they've done. I think that's on their administrative center. This is supposedly one of the nicest streets in all of Savannah, Jones Street. Prettiest. Up ahead of you, you're going to see Monterey Square, which is the statue there, the really tall statue of Kizimar Pulaski. Oh, look at this car up here. Oh, look at that.
Where?
What car?
What car?
Old school one.
Oh, I didn't see. I was like,
Enough about the statue. Let's talk about the car. Look at that. What is that? Let's check it out. See, can somebody recognize the emblem?
Voice.
Is it a Rolls?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
oh no, that,
Bentley.
it had to
Oh,
be.
Bentley.
Yeah.
I guess no AC. That's what you go.
Anyway, Casimir Pulaski is known as the father of American cavalry. And he came over here, served with George Washington in several battles, came down here, and was killed in this siege of Savannah. And was buried at sea. Now, right up here, how many of you have read the book, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, or seen the movie, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil? Well, we don't have to talk about this then. Because that was the book very famous book about this murder that took place right in this house here. Jim Williams murdered the guy, or killed him. He went through 4 trials, and in the 4th trial he was finally acquitted, but then ironically he died shortly after that 4th trial. That book was on the bestseller list for some 214 weeks, the New York Times bestseller list. Right ahead of us here is the Mikveh Israel Synagogue. That is the 3rd oldest Jewish congregation in the United States. And it is the only Gothic synagogue in the United States. Oh, look here! Hey! Hey!
Very pretty.
We're seeing a lot today. This is really good. So much for the tour. We're having all sorts of fun. Oh, there's another one. Yeah, this one, I get to talk about this a little later too. This is kind of your quaint weekend cottage. I'll tell you more about that later. That is a gorgeous, that's like a Mediterranean Renaissance, or Italian Renaissance. So don't yell. Don't be annoying.
Oh, that's a wedding.
That's a wedding. Yes. That's another bride.
They're walking down the aisle.
This was originally the Armstrong house. If you saw the Armstrong,
They're actually right in the middle of the wedding because they're walking down.
Right?
Yeah.
He was built in 1919.
Right in the middle
That
of
was
the
a single
ceremony.
family owner. And he's putting it back to the original condition in 1919. Now you think about it, next year, for that building is 100 years. So they're going to have quite a celebration. The 100th year. I'll tell you more about that guy too. You know Paul Harvey, the rest of the story stuff? Well, you get the other side of the park, I'll tell you this. Right ahead of you here is the Georgia Historical Society. A lot of original documents from the colony. One of my favorite houses right here, with all the pillars. This was a Dr. Pence. He was also the coroner. He was the coroner for the guy that was killed by Jim Williams in the Midnight movie. You know, the real thing. And when he found out who was murdered, he said, well, I probably would have shot him myself. But the guy had a reputation. So Fifi the dog comes out of the vet clinic there. Comes down the stairs and meets Fido the mutt. Fifi puts up her nose and says, my name is Fifi, F-I-F-I. And the mutt looks at her and says, well, my name is Fido, P-H-Y-D-E-A-U-X. Now, come on. This fragrant garden is where they put in flowers all over. There's many fragrant gardens with flowers that you put for blind people so they can experience the smell. This is like a favorite
It's beautiful. What are they wearing?
So nice.
It is.
The way the sun is beaming.
I know.
Oh, I'm thinking Vanessa would love this.
She would have loved. I know. Except that Ricky later, so she would have loved it. But that's the same. The next
If she
time.
had tougher skin, I would have said fuck you.
I was because look at Maya. The zombie thing, she was like freaking out.
Yeah.
I don't want her to go through that. You know what I mean?
And Vanessa's over here telling my mom that she's seeing people in her room. I didn't tell Angel that.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's a little bit better here. There's a statue right up here.
Yeah, but next year, like we could take pictures on that. That's a great idea. Great idea. Great idea. We could do dates stuff with family.
Just her son has some responsibilities.
Yeah, and then dates stuff we could do for certain things. You know what I mean? At
That's what
night.
happens when you're the older cousin.
This hospital is interesting. One of the real notable people in Savannah is Mary Telfair. In the late 1800s, Mary Telfair founded this hospital. And it's a hospital only for women. It's now a nursing home, I believe. But only for women. And her board of directors were only women. And the only people she admitted there were women. And so if you were, the only way a male got admitted to that hospital is if a male was born
I
there.
said I only had cousins pretty much. My
And if a baby boy was born there, then it was given 3 days to get out. Now, kind of like, you can see the park here, they have a band shell, they have a lot of times they have concerts here. But the rest of my story with Paul Harvey, the guy with the Italian mansion here, is this hotel. He owns this hotel. This guy named Kessel, Richard Kessel. And he, the far end of the hotel was built in 1888, but this end is fairly new. And look at how seamless it is. You can't really tell very much between the old and the new and the old. This is 1888. They have butlers in here. It's quite a nice hotel. And they have, this is a restaurant. Anyone can eat in the restaurant. In the old part. And they also have a cooking school in there. Cooking. Now this is stop number 4. Anyone getting off here? Are we good? I don't see anyone look like we're getting on, or we're all set. Keep going. He also owns several old hotels. He owns a hotel on River Street too. And his hotels are kind of the luxury end of the Marriott hotels. Because he's associated now with Marriott. And I read up on him and where he that St. Joseph Canada.
The second oldest running hospital in the United States, Canada.
There's your fountain straight ahead. I always figured when I came here that this fountain would be designed by some famous person or something. And it's a mail order fountain. And it was mail ordered out of a place in New York. And there he is. Did they tell you on the other? They told you that, right? Did they tell you where the sister fountain is? There's a similar fountain. This was built by the same foundry in New York, Poughkeepsie, New York. Has the sister fountain there. So next time you're in Poughkeepsie, I used to teach 8th grade. Years ago, I taught 8th grade. Here, I'll tell you this. This is the Candle Road. This is one of the oldest oaks in the area. It's 300 years old. When I was teaching 8th grade a long, long time ago, one of the things I like to do is make the kids spell Poughkeepsie. Because, I mean, you can't really sound it out and spell it.
Poughkeepsie.
Now, the gentleman that retired here, he was born in Savannah, and he became the president of the largest bank in the South, in Atlanta. And he came back here and retired, and they just recently put this house up for sale. Anyone want to guess the sale price of this house? The sale price is $6.9 million.
Yeah.
Did they take a check?
Well, you know, I was saving up for the down payment. Right behind us. Hey, by the way, right behind us, I mentioned the Digby Israel Synagogue right behind us. They're having a great party tomorrow if you're here. He's delightful. Hello, sir. How are you doing? I'm going to pull it in just a second.
I love that they have like people hanging out around there. I love what they do that.
You are greater, wherever you're going, I'm going your way. Well, hello, folks. I'm Johnny Mercer. Simply put, a song. Now, people often ask me, Johnny, when did you first know about music? I said, people often ask me, Johnny, when did you first know about music?
Johnny, same people, I don't know.
As the story goes, when I was but 6 months old, Mom Hattie hummed to me and I hummed right back. It was just that simple. From there, my career took off.
took me all over. On the Atchison to began the Santa Fe, from one coast to the other. Now I won't bore you with all the details of my life, such as the founding of Capital Breakfast, but I would like to hit you with a few of the highlights, just because I'm old-fashioned, but I'm open-minded. And I was born right here in Savannah, but I'm a citizen of the world, my friend, because any place I hang my hat is home. And when people ask me, what was it like growing up here in Savannah? Well, the only thing I could think of was, it's just too marvelous for words like glorious, glamorous, and that old standby amorous in the pool.
Original houses. I guess I'll stop. Let's go.
Go ahead. All these are original houses, and you'll notice how they're built up. The actual first floor is at the top of the stairs. And they did that, of course, because when these squares were back when, you know, there were horses and dust and noise and everything. They wanted to kind of keep things up away from them. You get a good view of the Methodist Church steeple, the tallest in the village. I love the breakfast here. Good Southern breakfast, not very expensive, a favorite of the locals. And that was featured in the movie Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. And here, I'm going to take you down a block of Jones Street so you can get a view of one of the most beautiful streets. Look at the sun on the Spanish lawn. It's beautiful. I checked out a home down here about a block and a half that was for sale. So I was curious about the price of some of these. That one is for sale down there for about $2.9 million. Although some of, you know, they've converted them into rooming houses. Now we know about Julia Gordon Lowe, founder of the Girl Scouts of America. She was a very wealthy woman. And she converted this carriage house into the first national headquarters for the Girl Scouts, right there. I'm going to turn this corner, so maybe you guys in the back corner can help me out so I don't hit something. Well, I'm going to get around this corner if I get rid of these cars. Yeah, I'm sure that. Okay, here we go. We're okay in that post, right? You watch the post, I'll watch the car.
Lots of room.
Yeah, we did it. Again. So there's the carriage first headquarters. It's in this garden, backyard here area. This is the house that Julia Gordon Lowe lived in her adult life. Her married name was Lowe. But if you remember her maiden name is Gordon. And Gordon was William Gordon, her grandfather, was the first president of the Central Georgia Railroad. So that's where she got a lot of her money. She traveled extensively. And when she went over to England,
81 states.
I think we have room. We have a couple seats, right? Yeah, we're okay. Come on in.
Look at Eddie. Eddie's like, I can't bother Eddie.
The favorite of the
Colonial Cemetery, the famous Savannah.
General Sherman occupied Savannah at the end of the Civil War. His troops stayed here in the cemetery. There was some mischief that went on. I suppose when they got a little bored or something, they would play around with the dates on the tombstones. So some of the people in there are over 1,000 years old. There are some, unfortunately, some mass graves in there for the 1820s. Can you hear me okay? The 1820s, there was, yellow fever. But the most famous person in here is somebody that most people have never heard of, unless you're from Savannah. A guy named Button Gwinnett. Button Gwinnett was one of the original signers of the Declaration of Independence. And he has an interesting side story. So buried right there. You see that one, the taller one? The column? Right directly.
You know, it's funny, Christy. I'm the exact
That's Button
opposite.
Gwinnett's
I'm against both.
burial site. He was not very well known in politics. Signed the Declaration of Independence. And then 1 year later, in 1777, he was in a duel with a guy named McIntosh, a longtime rival in duel. And McIntosh was wounded but lived, and Button Gwinnett died of his wounds 3 days later. And so was buried there. But the story goes on. You thought this was the end. It's not the end. Because he had such a short political life, he died so shortly after the Declaration was. His is the most valuable signature on the Declaration of Independence. Because he's so unknown. You know, nobody has a Button Gwinnett signature. So if you have one, I don't know. There were 3 cemeteries. That's the oldest. There's one over on the west side where Julia Gordon-Low is buried.
So that was the, how do you know that's the one?
And that's the Laurel
Is that
Grove
one?
Cemetery.
You said D-A-R.
And then the most famous cemetery is Bonaventure Cemetery, just out here a few miles. And that is the one that has generally been thought of as one of the 10 prettiest cemeteries in the United States. It's a beautiful cemetery. That is because if you go out there, that cemetery, you can tour it, I guess, but you see all the live oak and the Spanish moss and everything. It's quite scenic. Right here is Green Square, named after Nathaniel Greene, second in command of George Washington. And diagonally across the square is the Second African Baptist Church. And that church is noted for a couple of things. One of them is that when General Sherman occupied Savannah at the end of the Civil War, he stood at the steps of that and made that famous proclamation about freed slaves getting 40 acres and mule. Of course, they got neither one. Lincoln was killed, and all the edicts went by the way. The other thing is Martin Luther King came here a few weeks before he made his famous speech, I Have a Dream speech in D.C., and he made essentially the same speech here. They figured out later, of course, that he was using it as kind of a warm-up and testing his speech. So how much does a pirate pay for corn? A buccaneer. How'd you know that, by the way?
Washington Square.
Somebody in Washington. This is the Bryce Hotel, and the whole section of this Bryce Hotel here is really the first Coca-Cola plant in the South. And that's, of course, when they used some, quote, real Coke.
10%, I think they used.
We have to wait here for somebody carrying us through. The Rainbow House is right here.
Rainbow
Have you
House?
traveled down to the Dutch islands?
Yeah.
Well, they have those pastel houses down there. I think it's maybe based on that same thing. That was when sailors could see their house. This is Warren Square. And Warren Square is named after General Warren, who died in the Battle of Bunker Hill. And you'll see some really old buildings in the historic district. You can't do anything. You can't build anything in the historic district because this, for instance, this garage was probably built in 1735 or so. No, I'm kidding. What? No. Anyway, this building up here, you know, you have to, if you're going to build something, you have to make it historical. This was built in 1985.
It's not making me hungry.
Historical touches on it. So
Yes, right? I feel
this whole
like
section that you're in right now was primarily where the Irish Catholics settled. The Irish Catholics were into mostly in this region, in this area of the historic district. We'll try to get across Broughton Street. This is Broughton Street. If you want that ice cream, it's just a few blocks down here. Leopold's Ice Cream.
what is that?
See this big SCAD sign up and down? It's right next to that.
Yeah, if I have time.
What's that? I think they're. What's the celebration stuff going on down there? They had a big parade.
Pride.
What was the Pride Parade? Right.
What?
Gay pride.
Was it?
Oh, I guess we're not going to go there. Some are a little eccentric on their part.
Men dressed as I Dream of Jeannie. As Jeannie from I Dream of
Oh yeah,
Jeannie.
with
Wearing
see-through.
songs.
He said,
Yeah.
One night I saw
A little
the
later on, I'm going to tell you about this. This is
Another wedding.
oh, another wedding.
Another wedding, Christy. People get married. Another wedding.
Look, another wedding. Oh,
Look at pop.
yes, I
A
love
Halloween theme.
Halloween thing.
I love that.
Me too.
It smells so
Really
good.
popular for weddings, huh?
Yes. I didn't realize that it was public for weddings.
This is like,
Gorgeous.
this is like
Really
the
nice.
fourth wedding I've seen.
Yes, yes, today, yes.
You know,
And I
look
love
at the
all their
pumpkin.
color schemes. They're beautiful.
It's perfect for fall.
Yeah, fall is
Everything you see
like
there,
Nice.
the balcony,
I think it's a
columns,
nice time to get married.
That's all cast iron. That's not
I like fall.
Hey, did on the other tour you took, did they tell you who owned that house? Oh, do I get to tell you something new?
Yes.
Famous football player Joe Namath owned that. That's pretty good, huh? Not only that, but Joe had a reputation. Still, I guess he still does. Yeah. But anyway, he wanted to turn that into kind of a Playboy-like mansion. And of course, Savannah said, "No, I don't think you're doing that." So he sold it a few years later. This is the Owens House. This is one of the 3 Telfair museums. Remember Mary Telfair, the hospitals? Her buddy built these slave quarters in the back. Right here is a balcony where Marquis de Lafayette made a famous speech here after the Revolutionary War. And this is stop number 8. Anyone getting off here? Okay. This is a very nice museum. One of my favorite houses in all of Savannah. Thank you. Bye-bye. But this is really one of the nice ballasts to keep them steadier. And then when they would load up the cotton, of course, they didn't keep the ballast stone anymore, so they would throw it over.
I got it.
And so these stones, when you think about it, are from all over the world.
Oh, wow.
Because wherever the
Look
ships
how
came
pretty. I love
you can
this.
see how the cotton was handled, because here's the bluff that we were on. The cotton would come over these bridges to the warehouses, and they drop them down to the river, to the ports. Now this is the Savannah River. When I first got here, I say, well, Savannah's on the ocean. Well, not quite, because you have to go down the Savannah River about 15 miles before you actually get to the ocean. And this is right directly across from it is the Westin Hotel and the Savannah Convention Center. It's on a little island called Hutchinson Island. This is stop number 12 right here.
How many stops total? I don't know either.
This is, of course, River Street. This
So
didn't exist
pretty.
before the 70s,
Look at that.
1970s. This was totally abandoned area. Just old warehouses. Nobody came down here. And so some business people got together and started renovating and putting in shops. And so now they have some 70 different shops. You see anybody that's looking to get on? Anybody getting off here? And this is a pretty touristy area. Obviously, I mean, it's got a lot of gift shops. They have right up here, a few blocks right along the river, they have a free shuttle that goes across the river. About every 15 minutes you go back and forth.
River Street Marketplace. That's another place I heard to buy stuff.
Bird's Cookies.
That's beautiful.
If you go to Bird's Cookies, you can taste all their cookies for free.
What? Where?
Look at Eddie. Eddie's like, I'm getting off.
And the best shop for bird cookies is on the city market. They have a bird store there, a bigger one.
Eddie's.
And
Really?
you can go in there and really they have dozens of different kinds of cookies. You can sample all of them.
Yeah, we.
2 years, 1924. The store is open.
How was the peanut, Chrissy? I love it. Really? 11 cooler was good.
Bless the peacemaker. This is pretty cool. Family, faith, friends, flag firearm. 5 things you don't mess with. It's pretty cool. We have time, honey. That's pretty cool shirt.
I got this weekend. That's all right. Well, just give me that little spot. Come on. Chris, give me that one. That right there. Yeah, big. Yeah, you got a smile. You're green. I know stuff. You need that.
Half and half.
Everybody can carry.
Oh, yeah. How long you been in the store? And
This one my family opened up back in 95, 96.
90. Your family opened up in 95.
Yeah, right before the Olympics. Yeah, the 96 Olympics, remember when they came? The yachting events came to Atlanta, and then the yachting events were held here in Savannah. That's when they opened up the Marriott Hotel just for the Olympics. Wow. Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Where were your family originally from? If you don't mind. India?
Yeah.
And that's when they moved to this country in 95?
No,
Oh.
my dad came in like 80.
80? Oh.
Yeah, we got 3 stores out there together.
3 stores? Oh, nice.
And one in the city market also.
Nice, very nice. Yeah.
Same type of thing. Souvenirs, gift shops, and stuff like that. Yeah.
You guys doing well if you're doing. Oh, okay. 3 stores.
Yeah.
Nice.
Been here for a while. I've been blessed, man. It's fun. It's fun.
A lot of tourists. It's touristy here, right?
My other side of the family, they do urban clothing. They got the Nike accounts and all that kind of stuff. And they do all the Levi's and all that. My other side of my family, cousins, they do that here. That's how my dad, he came. He was a tailor back in the 80s. He was a tailor. He used to come take them. Go. The 5 and Dime store has a public restroom in there. Yeah. There's 6 stores down.
Oh,
right
yeah, that's that big store.
yeah, he come taking suits orders for like doctors and car salesmen.
That's how he started. Oh, very nice, man. Very nice.
He was here alone first.
Cool.
Where you guys visiting from?
Well, I'm from New York, Long Island.
Okay.
And then, my wife, my brother-in-law, my niece moved to Georgia.
Came to Atlanta.
And my older sister and her.
Sorry. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Honey, can I get the car?
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.